What has happened to Swansea City's 2013 League Cup winning 11? Now, Swansea won the League Cup in 2013 under Michael Laudrup, beating Bradford City 5-0 at Wembley in the League Cup final. Goalkeeper Gerhard Tremel retired, and now Swansea City scout Gerhard Tremel, during his time at Swansea, never really played too often. There was during the time that Lucas Fabianski was coming through the ranks as a mainstay, but during the time the main goalkeeper was injured, to allow Gerhard a performance in the final to ultimately have lifted the League Cup starting and keep a clean sheet in a League Cup final, which, yes, he never played too much for Swansea, but you can't beat that. Right back, Angel Rangel retired. Angel Rangel has recently retired just under a year ago due to an Achilles injury, which he had just finished the season playing with Queen's Park Rangers to then have suffered an Achilles injury just weeks later, which, as we all know, can take well up to a year just to get back playing, especially at the elite level. It will take roughly a year of operation to then rehab everything, and at Rangel's age, I think it was about 36, 37, he just also called time in his playing career because of an injury, which is sad, because an injury should never stop your career at any sport, any level, but at the end of the day, it was his decision and fair play to him. Right centre back, Ki Sung Young, FC Seoul. Ki Sung Young was at Swansea during the time of the League Cup win, before shortly moving on to Newcastle, just I think a couple of seasons later. He was a very good player for Swansea during his time there. He was massive in their ultimate rise from the Championship to the Premier League, staying in the Premier League, a mainstay at the heart of the defence before moving on to Newcastle, not getting too much game time there, before then moving on to the Korean outlet FC Seoul. Young was, I think, more of a holding fielder, but because of injuries to the Swansea City backline, he also played at right centre back during the cup final, which proven to also be a right decision as they won the trophy. Left centre back, Ashley Williams retired. Ashley Williams retired, it was only just about 4 months ago, in January of 2021, 26th of January, so what? Current date is the 22nd, so almost 4 months ago, he called time on his playing career, just because I think it was, obviously he was released from Bristol City in the summer. I think it was, or it was down to injury. I do not know the exact confirmation, as I do not think there was one, but if it was due to injury, then obviously that is bad, because nobody wants an injury to stop them from doing what they love. Left back, Ben Davies, Tottenham Hotspurs. Ben Davies, obviously, as we all know, has been at Tottenham Hotspurs for almost probably 7 or 8 seasons now, I think it is. It was almost like he left just after the League Cup win, either in that summer or the season after, to join Mauricio Pochettino at Tottenham, to where now he is still there at the club. Obviously, he was there under Jose Mourinho, but then because they signed Serge Reguilon, his game time has now dropped to now, obviously with him being in charge under Ryan Mason as the caretaker manager there now. It's more of who's next and what is next for Ben Davies, as I don't think that he will get the regular game time that he wants at Tottenham. I think ultimately Ben Davies wants to be playing regular football as he was at Swansea. Leading up to the season just the now, in the summer of 2020 before they signed Regulon, Ben Davies was a regular starter for Tottenham in almost every game, playing the vast majority of any game Tottenham would play, whether it was Europe, League Cup, Premier League, whatever it was. Right centre mid, Leon Britton, Armford Town. Leon Britton did announce his retirement in 2019, before then coming out and playing for, I think, Llanelli Town, a Welsh club, before then travelling over to Cyprus, I think the club is, to join Armford Town, which obviously is a bit of a weird one, from retiring to, I think, a Welsh club to then a Cyprus club. Very weird decision, but also Britton played the vast majority of his career at Swansea, before then retiring to, I think it was a temporary youth team coach role, before then obviously coming out of his retirement and playing football once again. I think a semi-professional level it is over in Cyprus, but I don't know the exact ins and outs of that. Left centre mid, Jonathan de Guzman, Offie. Jonathan de Guzman left, I think it was Swansea in the summer of 2017 or 2016 to join Frankfurt at the time. Spent a few seasons there, before then surprisingly leaving to join Greek side Offie, especially when Frankfurt are constantly playing in Europe and are challenging between the Champions League and Europa League places almost every single season now. They've really come in leaps and bounds, the club, but that's the way the football works. He's probably getting paid more, and I think he is 32 or 33, so he's probably seeing this as a good chance, one last big payday, to just to secure a financial future, which you cannot doubt anyone for doing that. Right wing, Nathan Dyer, retired / free agent. With this one, Nathan Dyer, there's not been any official confirmation, I don't think, of his retirement, as he did leave Swansea, I think it was in the summer of 2020, has yet to find a club yet. I think he was out with a hamstring injury, which also caused him to not get a contract at Swansea, but now is kind of jumping between free agents and you don't really know what's going to happen. We all know during his time at Swansea he was a very good winger, pacey, direct, would just beat the fullback and cross into the box and no striker could get onto it. Left wing, Wayne Routledge, Swansea City. Wayne Routledge is the only player of this 11 that played in the 2013 League Cup final that is still with the club to this day. Routledge has been playing with injuries over the last season or two, but still trying to play very regularly. Routledge obviously kind of a very inconsistent player at his time at Swansea. Obviously with a winger, if you're not scoring goals, getting assists, it's going to be kind of hard to be saying you're in form and not out of place. But Routledge has obviously helped Swansea win the League Cup, reach a top half finish in the Premier League, but unfortunately suffered relegations to the Championship of Swansea also. Centre attacking mid, Pablo Hernandez, Leeds United. Pablo Hernandez has recently, well, I think the club has recently confirmed that Pablo Hernandez will leave Leeds United at the end of the season, at the end of his contract. Don't know if it's retiring, don't know if he wants to go back to Spain for the last kind of season or two before he retires. But as we know, Pablo Hernandez, during his time at Swansea, was very consistent, when he then moved to Leeds, even though they all played in the Championship, season in, season out, for I think about 5 seasons, before they were finally promoted. Pablo was very crucial in getting Leeds promoted to now leading them out in the Premier League, scoring goals I think in the Premier League. But now he's got to move on and we'll see what the future holds for him next. Striker, Michu. As we all know, Michu, famously probably known as a one-season wonder with Swansea, guided them to a League Cup final win, guided them to I think it was a top half finish in the Premier League during that season also, scoring I think 22 goals in that season, but now has at Real Oviedo as their technical secretary. Michu, we all know, is just during his time at Swansea was good for that one single season before then kind of just dropping off to be for a 7-8 goal a season striker, which is unfortunate. But the final person for this 11, well it's not for the 11, it's the manager, which is Michael Laudrup, which he is retired and now has his own wine company, which is called I think Vin OG Gastronomy. I don't know if that was the right pronunciation, as it probably wasn't. Michael Laudrup hasn't had any offers to return to management yet, but I think he had his retirement officially confirmed, as he is now I think a multi-millionaire with his wine company, which fair enough, to step out of football and do something completely different and be able to make a good living from it, which is fair play to the man. We all know during his playing days, class player, management days, still a very good manager, but hopefully his wine company can still succeed and he continues to live what his life is outside of football. But with that, that's the end of the video. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Leave a like on the video. Leave a video suggestion in the comments below. Hope you're having a good week. But with that, I'll catch you in the next one. So, goodbye.